Welcome to my channel. It's taken over your life and you need it to stop. This is a channeled message for those of you. This will find you if it's meant for you, and it is timeless. It is timeless. It's taken over your life and you need it to stop. All right, I'm getting a channel message. There's a lot I have to say. I want to just start with a basic, I call my bread and butter spread. I don't read reversals. Okay, I see a lot of suffering here. Ace of Pentacles. It's never enough, is it? It's never enough. You can't stop. It's just one shiny new thing after the next. Don't beat yourself up. This is what everybody is dealing with right now. Everybody watching this, at least. And that's pretty much everybody. If you've seen the movie The Stuff, I think it's from the year like 1986. You always want more, but is it eating, are you eating it, or is it eating you? That's the question. You're being parasited on. It's a parasitic relationship and you are the host. It's very sad. I don't want this for you, and I don't think you do either. I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about being a wild animal? Being hosted upon, being parasited on? I think there's some people out there who will be okay with this. Those aren't really my kind of people. The people watching this, you guys have to be like, you have to be meticulous, because it will make you feel good about yourself. It will empower you to be meticulous with your time. It's taking over your life and you need it to stop. This is the message. What is this? For those of you watching, I think you know what it is. I don't have to tell you. And I'm hearing one for myself, but I'm not going to share what mine is, because each of you watching this at any point in time will have the thing in your head, whoop, like that. So don't even worry about it. Yeah, it's that thing. I'm validating you. You're going to be like, what? Yes, it's that thing, the thing that you're thinking of. It's taking over your life and you need it to stop. You need to conquer your mind. If this was an astrology video, I'd be saying, you need to conquer your mind, Taurus. I'd like to say your name, but you are whoever you are. I don't know what your name is. What is your name? Write me in the comments. Do you like this fabric, by the way? I love it. I got it at a garage sale for $3, and I always thought I'd make something out of it when I learned to sew with my sewing machine that I asked for Christmas years ago that I still haven't touched. And I bought this fabric to sew. Can anyone else relate to that? That's not my thing, by the way. I have another thing that I'm dealing with here. Anyway, you need big dick energy. That's the way out of this. You need to remember that you're a boss. Like that kid in your class, let's say 4th grade. For me, his name was Ryan Boone. Like that kid in your class who, you know, you're turning in your book report, you're pretty proud of it, you drew some pictures, you wrote it well, you're like, solid A. And you turn it in, and then that kid in your class just turns in something that it's like they were aiming for the moon and they did reach the stars. Something that just blows you out, and you're like, wow, you really, and it's not like they put a lot of effort into it. I think they were just inspired. You need to be inspired, and you need to fall back in love with your life. Your real life, not the life that this thing is taking over from you. It's gotten out of control. It needs to stop. But you can do it. You can do it. You have all that great inspired energy behind you. Remember who the F you are. And be not afraid to wear those feathers in your cap. You are iconic. You are iconic like the pyramids are iconic. You are iconic like the Eiffel Tower is iconic. All right, I think those are... You're iconic like the Sphinx and the Great Wall of China. The big kind. Don't you forget it. All right, you need to set some boundaries with yourself. It's really simple. Like, okay, oh my God, this drives me nuts. People, self-motivation is not a commodity that you can just like expect to have naturally. This drives me nuts when people act like, oh, in this ideal world, I'll have the best reasons to be motivated. I'll be self-motivated completely all the time. Punishment and fear will never motivate me. Not possible. You are human. You are human. It's not possible. Accept that you are human and use that to your advantage. Don't not accept something that helps you do what you want to do because it doesn't fit your idealized image of what it should look like. Okay? I know you know what I'm talking about. You hear me. Long live happiness. You're going to find your people. This is what it's saying. There's other people who are trying to do the exact same challenging thing that you need to do. And you must find those people. And maybe you need to create space for those people. But find those people and get accountable. It's just like, this is not hard. You can do this. You just need to set actual limits with yourself. You have to be disciplined. You just have to do the thing you don't freaking want to do. Like, how else can I explain it to you? Like, that's on the other side of the thing you don't want to do is everything you want. Okay. So what are you doing? Why are you waiting for an ideal circumstance to do what you want to do? Because you're afraid. What are you afraid of? I think you're deep down, you're afraid of your badassery, honestly. And that's just stupid. So you should actually be badass. And once you're badass, you're not going to care or be afraid of your badassery. You see what I'm saying here? Interesting. It's funny because I'm thinking about astrology and I'm seeing the moon and I'm seeing the sun and I'm seeing flowers. I see it, as weird as this might sound, I see a wedding. And it might not be like a wedding in the traditional sense. It might be like pairing something or partnering up, not necessarily in like the romantic having a wedding sense. I see you attracting people because of this new way of being where you're not letting yourself get taken for a ride anymore. And it shows, and you, like, I feel like you're already starting to see the physical manifestations of the goodness that letting go of this thing that's holding you hostage is going to make you look hot, is what I'm saying. It's going to make you look hot. So don't you want to be hot and a badass? Yes, obviously. Is that a question? Have we met? No, seriously, I think you're going to untap a lot of stuff that's going to just juice you up to do a lot of things that you want to do. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, where's all this energy coming from? It's because I'm not doing this thing to myself anymore. I'm not stabbing myself with a rusty knife over and over again and wondering why I feel like I need a tetanus shot. It's gonna be so great, dude. I mean, okay, look, I'm not into doing long readings, honestly. I don't know how people do these readings that go on for like 3 hours. I mean, no hate whatsoever. More power to them. I don't know. I guess it's my style. It's my style to do kind of readings on the shorter side. I don't know how long this reading has. Okay, it's only been like 10 minutes. Is there anything else I need to say before this reading is over? Big dick energy. You're gonna be hot. Set some freaking boundaries for yourself. Set some freaking boundaries for yourself. Like, make it so like you cannot physically do the thing. I'm envisioning a chastity belt. Maybe literally for some of you, no judgment. And in the case of others of you, something else like a chastity belt, something that serves the same purpose as a chastity belt, to create physical barriers between the thing that is out of control and you. Some of you, that might be like Fraser Crane moving from Boston to Seattle because he thought it would be easier to sleep with a continent between him and his ex-wife, Lilith. Which is interesting that Lilith is coming up because, back to this astrology piece, I keep seeing the cosmic boob. And I see dragonflies. I love dragonflies. Dragonflies are like my symbol animal. I see dragonflies and I feel very comforted when I see dragonflies because they've meant something personal to me since I was about 13 because of an incident that happened with dragonflies, or at least the symbol of a dragonfly. So it's my special animal. I don't know if I'd call it a power animal. I have a few power animals. I'm curious what you guys think, but I have a few. The dragonfly is one of them. But I don't necessarily subscribe to calling it power animal. It's an animal that I have some kind of personal connection with on a symbolic level. So, interesting. Cuteness. Like a little extra flourish, a little extra touch. You're gonna stand out above the crowd. Above the crowd. And yeah, it's like a little feather in your cap. I keep hearing that lately. Feather in my cap. It's a feather in my cap. Well, I guess I could pull more cards. I mean, part of me feels like this reading is done. Okay, I want to know more about this Ace of Swords. So, okay, interesting. You're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. I'm sorry. Let me move this up a little bit. Oh dear. Playing yourself. Whatever. It's just, you engage in a lot of wishful thinking. You're trying to escape something. It's your uncomfortable feelings. But I mean, just face it. Let's face it. I think you should do the weird project. Okay, so now we're switching gears on the message. Who knows? This might be a little longer than most. There's someone whose art you enjoy and feel capable of creating in that same vein of art yourself. And I think you should go for it. I think if they inspire you, and you're like, I could do this, I think you should just go for it. And it doesn't have to be hard. Don't make it hard. The thing. I think people make it too hard for themselves in a lot of these things in order to feel legit. And like, you know what? If people can do all that stuff, good for them. And they have the resources to have like 1 million people involved in their stuff and everything. Cool. But we ain't crazy rich Asians around here, so what was I saying with that? Yeah, no, make it easy. And it doesn't matter with all those bells and whistles. Like, those are nice, but it's not the only way to make something. I'm being pulled to car. Okay, school. Yes, recently you may have had a dream where you were back in school. You have dreams about school. So let me share my recurring dream about high school. I've been out of high school for quite some time now, many years, and I did not enjoy high school. But what was I gonna say? Okay, I have this dream where I'm back in high school and there's this horrible like science class. And I'm like, I'm an adult. I don't need to do this anymore. So I decided to drop out of that class and not tell anyone and just stop going because I don't need to tell anybody because they can go suck a ding dong. But I decided to go to my other classes, I think, because I find those less insufferable. And then the end of the semester comes though, and I start panicking because I'm like, wait, maybe I failed that class. It's a very strange dream. Curious what you think of it. But school, you had a recent dream about school. Like, okay, and maybe in this dream, and you know, this is all speculation, right? But you know, this is a child message, so take it seriously, man. It was like you were visiting another school, or you were walking through the campus of another school, and there was part of you that was like, I wonder what it would be like to go to this school. School is a distraction. It's not. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I'm beginning the Empire State Building. And of course, the Empire State Building makes me think about the movie Sleepless in Seattle. I just don't feel like you need to prove yourself so much, you know? That's what I'm getting. School, there's a lot of like stuff around school improving yourself for a lot of people. Probably you might be watching. And we just don't know what else to do, so we're acting out of fear again. And you know, the truth is like we have to make choices that aren't always like easy to make. And it's never going to be an easy choice. I mean, okay, not never, but like you're always going to question your choices later on in life, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, it's like trusting like I'm meant to be here, so I'm meant to be right here. This is where I need to be right now. But in terms of that project, I think you should do it and make it easy for yourself and just get really weird with it and have fun and be inspired. Again, inspiration. Okay. Page of Wands. Again, I'm hearing feather in my cap. This is the feather in my cap thing. This is the feather in my cap thing. Okay, it's going to be when you conquer this issue that we've talked about earlier in this reading, it's going to give you the confidence to do this next thing, which is the project that you're excited about but a little scared of doing. But it's going to give you confidence to just go for it. And you should go for it. Go for it. Do it. Do the good thing. Write the fan fiction. Write the smut. Just do it. Whatever your project is. If some of you are writing fan fiction, please tell me. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Ooh, I cannot emphasize enough how much you need to go for this thing that is exciting you, this creative project or whatever it is. It's lighting you up. That you feel a little scared to do. Well, first you need to conquer your mind. You set those boundaries, those physical chastity belt boundaries, and then once you conquer yourself, and it won't be as hard as you think, you're gonna feel so much more confidence, and you're gonna feel great. All right. Well, I think that's it. I'm gonna read your shadow card. Okay. Oh my goodness, the Hierophant keeps coming up. The Hierophant is like stalking me. Can you see? Yeah. Okay. The Hierophant is stalking me. Hmm. So this card annoys me. It's not meant to annoy me, but it does annoy me, and I just need to process how much I feel annoyed when this comes up. Because it makes me feel like I don't know what the F is going on. And I don't like these guys' heads. Um, Interesting. Okay. Okay, here's what it is. I need to warn you. It's not a bad thing. I need to warn you that there are challenges ahead. I think you need to stop expecting life to always be blissful. And this will only resonate with some of you. Life is good. Life can also be very difficult. And if you keep waiting to feel happy, you're never going to feel happy. Though you have to decide to be happy. There's gonna when you're pursuing what you want to do, there will be challenges. And I'm sorry that there are challenges. I wish it was just easy for all of us. But this is part of the soup that makes you brilliant. The challenges you face, the dumb mistakes you made, the rushing into it when you shouldn't have rushed into it, the overlooking the bad thing, all the mistakes you made over your life. It's all part of the soup that makes you wise and wickedly hot. So don't even worry about it. It's part of your paying your dues. It's paying your dues. And it's like, paying your dues, but you have to go through these things so you learn. And this is part of your path. It's unfolding. But yeah, I'm not going to recap the whole thing. I don't like recapping. But it's all unfolding, and trust. Trust and develop your spirituality some more. And I think you're going to be really excited by a lot of stuff. And you're going to be, it's going to be nice to like release some things that have felt like you couldn't release them. Like you're going to release them and it's going to feel really good. And you should be really proud of yourself. All right. Best of luck to you out there. Thanks for listening. Bye.